Welcome to another video. Let's see how we can wrap a sketch around the surface. The case study part was created in CATIA, and afterwards the model was saved as a step file and imported to SolidWorks. So I want to add some arrows indicating the flow within the part. So to do that, I'm going to start with a new plane. I'm going to choose the front plane. I will position a plane above the part. As you can see, this plane will be above all the elements of the part. And afterwards, within that plane, I'm going to trace a new sketch. I'm going to start with a center line right from the middle of the part. We're going to go horizontal. And now we're going to define that sketch for that arrow. I'm going to roughly draw half of the arrow like this, and afterwards I'm going to add some dimensions. So let's see, 1.5 millimeters for that, 7 for the following element. We're going to have now that arrow. So the left click is a little bit buggy, sometimes it won't process that click, that's why I'm clicking twice. I'm also going to position this at 2 millimeters. And as we can see, that will be roughly the shape. We don't have to fully define this, it's just a case study. And I'm going to mirror that arrow around the axis. Now, if I'm going to leave the sketch, I'm going to see that that arrow will be positioned on top. And we're going to have the possibility to use the wrap function within SolidWorks. Afterwards, I will select the sketch. And we're going to see for the wrapping method, I'm going to use spline surface. And we want this to be embossed. So we want that to be on top of that surface. And afterwards, within this section, we need to select the face to be wrap, which will be that sketch. As we can see, we're going to have that arrow wrapped around our circular shape, and over here we can also define the thickness. So by default this will be set to 1 millimeter. Considering the part size, this will be more than enough. And as we can see, that arrow will be wrapped around that cylinder. I'm gonna do another case study over here on this section. So this is a flat area, but I would like to add a 3D comparison text over here. And as we can see with this, I can go offset, I can go into reverse, and I want to offset both of those edges at the same time. Afterwards, within the sketch, we can go to text. I'm going to add a text over here, so the text will be 3D comparison. And we're going to have the curve that will control the text alignment. As you can see, I can select that sketch as the curve, or I can select the other one. But in this case, since those two are not fully tangent at the top, we're going to have to position it a little bit differently. Therefore, I will delete the second sketch, and afterwards I can position the text either at the middle, at the back, but we're gonna see that if I'm gonna go beyond this curve, we won't be able to move that text. So in this case, if we want to better center this, we're gonna need to make use of a 3-point arc in this case, and I'm going to define the 3-point arc starting from that point all the way to this point where we're going to have that intersection. Afterwards, I will reposition that arc something like this. And as you can see now with that text, I can select the curve, I can add the text, so that will be 3D comparison, and now I can go and have this aligned at the middle. We can also change the font. We need to uncheck the use document font. Afterwards, we can go for something different, like Arial routed empty, for example. We can also increase the size of the text. So this is currently in units. This has 3.5 millimeters for the height. I can go with 5. Keep in mind that the preview within Solid 2021 won't be instant, so I have to click OK, and only afterwards we're gonna see the newly added text. If you want to, you can also flip the text. So this will be flipped, but then we also need to flip it over here. So you can flip it both around that curve, as we can see. Also, we can make it backwards. We can also increase the space. So over here within the width factor, we're gonna make every letter wider. So if I will go 150, we're gonna see how that font will be stretched. But we can add some spacing between those, as we can see over here. This is by default 100. I will go with 125 in this case, and we're gonna see that spacing. So this is maybe a little bit too much, 110. And at the end, we can click on OK in order to process this sketch text. And the only thing that we still need to do is to select those and make them for construction. As we can see, that arc, and we're also gonna have those two elements. If I'm gonna close the sketch, now I have the possibility to have the text extruded. As we can see, I'm gonna go 1 millimeters, and if I'm gonna press OK, we're gonna have that text extruded. So we can do the same on a surface like this one that is not flat, using the wrap function in order to project the sketch on a curved surface. And that's how we can easily add various elements that will follow the curvature of the 3D model. So I hope you find this video useful. I'm going to position a similar video over here to the left and a subscribe button to the right. So thanks for watching, see you in the next video.